Hey everyone, and welcome back to Shades of Sasha. If you're new here, take a seat, put your crown on, and welcome to the gang. And if you're already part of the gang, you already know what time it is. What's good, baby? So today's video is all about this here. So since you're here, just keep on watching. Let's jump into the quick tutorial of how I achieved this look, and then I'll give you my feedback and thoughts at the end. So these are the 3 packs that I use, or the 3 bundles that I use. I did the water dye method, but I also did the bleach bath method. So I bleach bathed the hair, lifted it, and then dipped it in the water dye. We're gonna get kind of more into that with my thoughts at the end. Once you do that, it just depends. If you're pretty much have your hair color set, like you're just doing like a 1B or jet black or whatever, or you're doing a 613 and you have the color, you don't have to worry about doing this. But these are for the people who you need to know how to do this part in order to do the next. You're going to do the bleach bath with developer and a powder and some hot water. And then you're just going to go in and soak your bundles in the bleach bath. Make sure that it's really, really, really soaked and just taking up all of that color and water. And I left it all sitting for like 15 to 20 minutes for both sections. You just have to keep an eye on what it is that you're doing. Once we get into that, you want to make sure that you are starting on your braiding pattern. If you can't braid, you could just do a ponytail, like a low ponytail in the back, but that's pretty much it. Once we kind of have this part set, the next thing that you're going to need is whatever process you feel comfortable doing with a quick weave is typically up to you. That is what I always say. For me, this is my ride or die true method in how I genuinely just love my quick weaves to be done. I think they're more seamless. I take a lot of time to just make sure that my hair underneath is braided properly, it's hydrated, it's oiled, and it's set away. And what I use is the protective shield to make sure that the wig cap is protected and down on my head. And then I just really go ahead and curve and do the pattern. For the quick weave, when you are doing it in the middle, I usually say start with like a long horseshoe all the way around, and that is how you are going to just make sure that it lays seamlessly and is hidden. You're just going to keep doing that same pattern up as you keep going, as you keep closing the loop in what it is. You'll see as we get through it. What I do want to also kind of note and say, if you are doing a pattern where you are not using any shield, just be mindful that the way you take down your hair is very important as well, because obviously with the glue and the gunk and all of that, you just want to make sure that the style is protecting your actual hair underneath. So to me, it is a protective style in the way that I do my hair, and the way I remove it is just really soaking my head underwater and I wash my hair right after. So I'm not I'm taking a quick weave off and I don't wash my hair. It is a pattern in which that I typically do. My quick weave can last, I want to say, up to 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I just never waited that long. I typically try to wash my hair once every month. So I leave my edges out, have the center part. Kind of more is less in this case. There are times that if it's not, you could go in and glue tracks in. I just never have to do that because I really eyeball and have done this so much that I really kind of know. And I also leave the back out as well, because to be honest, I really like playing with the back of my hair. I don't know why. But once I have my wig cap on my head, I will cut some slits in the ear or the ear tab to just cover over my head to make sure like it's fitting the right way. Then I put the shield on and I use my blow dryer to just make sure that everything is going to sit perfectly and it's going to be dry. Before you move on and do anything, please ensure that this part of your process is dry. You want to take the time to make sure that you are doing that, because you are going to be so pissed if by the time you're doing it and you're putting the glue on and you're like, why is it not sticking? Why is it not working? It's because you have not let it dry. Once it dries, it turns into this color that's right here where you can tell like it's hardened. And less is more with when you are cutting off the wig cap. I typically try and leave some to cover my hair just in case like I didn't have enough of the shield to cover my actual like hair. It's just to be safe rather than sorry. And I typically don't cut all the way around. I just kind of cut at the tab where you see at the bottom and just leave it there. Once you do this is what I'm talking about with the horseshoe. You just want to go around and consistently do that until you get to the middle and you just want to cross over. The 3 packs that I use, or the 3 bundles that I use of hair, was very good. I did not feel like I needed more. Again, I'm going to share my thoughts about the bundles specifically at the end. But this is the pattern in which what I'm saying, that I do the horseshoe and I keep going. And in between, I always make sure that I put my blow dryer on and just kind of like make sure everything is dry, because I don't want to ever be brushing my hair and then boom, I turn around and it's like we got to slip, and it's just a whole chaotic thing. So that's pretty much how I do it. Once you get to the middle into the center, you just want to keep doing that process where you're just going around and like up in tracks to just make sure that you're laying it correctly. But this is how I feel like it lays the best, if you allow the horseshoe to keep going until like the center of your part, and then you will continue to do it the regular way. Only you know your head. And so I would say, whenever you're doing your hair, make sure that you're doing it to the best of the ability that fits and frames your face, but you are also doing what makes you comfortable. The more you practice something and the more you do something, the easier it is. I know that obviously I don't have to necessarily walk people through this step if you're not new here and you've done it before, but there are still a lot of people that this is the first time they're doing it. So I just always try to make sure that before I just come and be like, oh, here's this, I just really like to take the time to say, hey, this is what I've done. This is something probably new that I'm doing to kind of get where I am. So this is what I'm saying. When you do the horseshoe, you can see there's a stop before the long track that just kind of goes around. And I'm not gonna lie, I really, really love how this installation was done. I just genuinely wish that I loved the bundles as much as I loved the installation. And I'll kind of give my thoughts more in depth, but I genuinely feel like I need to turn these bundles back into jet black, because I think they will just be better in that color rather than this orange. It just gave me a run for my money. But for the most part, this is what I did. And then I curled my hair. But sit back and let's get into the final kind of like thought process of this installation and the bundles. So before we get into it, hopefully my red contacts are not a distraction, but I'm filming a look for my Halloween series, and honestly, y'all just we're gonna have to push through with it. But if you're new here, hi and welcome to Shades of Sasha. I'm Sasha, and here we talk all things beauty. Specifically, whenever I do hair, I always do a review. So I do a rating system from a scale of 1 to 10, where I talk about the feel, the texture, longevity, price point, then in the end let you know if I recommend the unit or not. So if you are new here, that is what we do here. So let's get to it. These are the Curly Me Kinky Straight Virgin Human Hair Bundles. And I have the lengths 18, 20, and 22. And I got mine from Curly Me Hair. And I paid $124.80. So technically they were $192, but I used a discount code that they have for fall, and it took off $67.20. It's either theirs. I tried to use, there was another creator that she had a series and a coupon with them, but the fall coupon just took off more, so I just got that. I'm going to get into like a rant at the end, and I'll be hovering over as I'm like talking you through the steps in the process of which it is that I have done to like achieve this. But when I'm telling you this hair, I don't know if it's the color that I'm trying to achieve in my hair that's giving me a run for my money, but I genuinely feel like it is the bundles that I have been receiving. So stay tuned for one more company that I'm going to try. actually 2 more installation. There is one, you know what? Let me kind of go through and walk through what I'm talking about, and then I'll give you my caveat at the end. So when it comes to the rating system of this unit, honestly, I'm going to say it's a 5 out of 10. I personally would not recommend, I'm just going to come straight out the gate and say, I'm not going to recommend you paying $124 to buy it if you are planning to color the hair, okay? If you're planning to wear the hair as it is, go ahead. I think it's going to be fine. But if you're planning to color the hair or bleach the hair or do anything that you are going to have to change the molecules in this hair, just skip it. Okay, don't do it at all. So my overall process of when I was bleaching this unit, I don't know if I just didn't use as much scoops of developing powder to do the bleach bath, or if I didn't use the, like, I don't know if it's the chemical part that I messed up on. But when I'm telling you, like, it barely changed. Like, I could tell like it was there, but just like it wasn't doing it. So then I basically had to go back and do the process of how I basically bleach my hair. So I should have had that video out before this comes out. So I'll link it here so you can watch to see, okay, how did Sasha turn her hair ginger? That's the process that I basically did for my hair. And I just basically did it on the bundles. And so my overall thought process is, well, I have to get some bundles that are pretty good for me to say, yeah, I can just constantly either have them in rotation. But I don't know why it didn't dawn on me, because when I do my worst wigs or bundles that I tried this year, I'm going to have to really talk about the fact that I don't know why I didn't think in my head, hey, Sasha, just get the ginger color. Like, buy the bundles in the ginger color on Amazon or something, like they already exist. I just pretty much wanted to be secure to know that whatever I was going to do would have really matched, and it still end up like not matching. There are areas that are like really brown, but then some that are darker brown. Like, it works, but if you're a person that is just not what you're going for and is going to drive you up the wall and crazy, I personally would say this might be the thing that drives you up the wall and makes you go crazy. So I know that's something for me. So I just really wanted to put that out there. I think when it comes to the curl pattern, it curls decently, but she does not hold a curl, okay? It doesn't hold a curl. It's like it's going to be there, but then it's going to be dropped. And I did pretty much the same thing with the process of even, I blow dried my hair first, and I just still feel like my hair is like damp and wet. Like, it doesn't feel uncomfortable, but she's just like, I'm just really pissed for $124. I know it's a steal, but in my mind, here's where I think sometimes when you know better, you should do better. And this is just pretty much what I got because I knew better and didn't do better. So I plan to review bundles from a Black-owned hair company, and it's called Believe in Her Hair. So I'm going to do that at a later date. But when I was going back and forth, I wanted to do a side part look with this unit. I'll try and add a picture below of like the inspiration that I saw in the video I saw on YouTube, and I was like, I need that in my head now. And when I was going through it, I was like, you know what, maybe just try and order the bundles on Amazon. I'll be complete trash. We're not even going to talk about it in this video. We'll talk about it in a later video. So then Believe in Her Hair was having a sale. I believe it was like less than $50 for the bundles or something. Like, it's pretty much probably a little bit more than what I paid for the bundles here. And a part of me was like, so the problem is they didn't have Kinky straight hair, and I'm going to probably be in her comments begging for her to add Kinky straight hair. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, just buy it. This girl like does a lot of testing on hair. Like, she's committed to the fact that she wants to give you good products. So like, you should just pretty much go with that. Because it didn't have the texture I wanted, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try the curly me hair because I saw the girl did the video, and I was like, I think it looks nice. But then in my head, I was like, I just hope the hair takes, okay? Like, I just really hope the hair actually colors and it's gonna do what it is that I needed to do. Obviously, that is why we're here. This is what you're looking at. I showed you the process of what it is that I went through. But I would just say, skip the first part with the bleach bath and just do the second part that I had to do. Hopefully it will take, but overall, I think my lesson was I knew I should have just went with the Black-owned company, and I am just pissed because I have to still end up going back and doing it again. So this is kind of like the finished result of what the hair looks like. I'm not hating it completely. Maybe because at the end of the day, I have too much in my life going on that I'm like, I just need something that's quick and I gotta like do what I need to do. That I'm just like, it's whatever. But for the most part, honestly, like, it's just something you can skip. Like, I don't understand how it still feels kind of wet on my head, knowing the fact that it's like I keep blow drying it and it's like it's not doing it. So I don't know what that is about. If you are someone that kind of understands or know what's going on with that, if you could comment below what I need to do to fix it. But for the most part, this is the finished result of how it looks. I think it looked curl cute for like 0.5 seconds, but other than that, like it's not holding it. Like I'm so used to my kinky straight units just like really holding a curl to the fact that it's like I'm trying to make it do what I want it to do, and I'm like I can't, I just can't. It's actually pissing me off. So thank you so much for watching Disappoint Your Girl, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day.